We're back! Let's go! Your boy's back. I came back to update you on life, right? And to teach you some lessons. Hope you're all doing well. Hope you're all safe. So, today we have a story, right? I'm gonna film multiple videos. I am gonna probably do it back to back, like as soon as this is done. But hope you're all doing well. Hope you're all safe. Today's lesson is gonna be about patience, right? And this is also a quick update on what I've been doing and just life, right? So, life's been good. Thank the Lord. Got a great job. Got a great girlfriend. Have somewhat of a setup now to, I got a laptop up here. That's what I keep looking at. My camera, my Logitech, and a damn ring light, right? So, life's good. Thank God. But, let's update you, right? Like I said, the story's about patience. So, let's take it back to, because we're in what, 2023 right now, right? We're in 2023, and I've been gone from my last job more than a year now. So let's say 2022-ish, right? And then me and my girlfriend, guess what? Finally got a girlfriend. Took me like 5 years to do that, but the shooter keeps shooting. So at my last job, I was there for like 5 years, right? And what ends up happening, I was going to school, and I was getting my grades up. I'm lying. My grades were C's. C's still get degrees, right? So, alright. So, I'm at this job for 5 years. I worked at a private pharmacy that had me doing anything that they wanted me to do. So, like, I'll deliver, I'll be a doorman, I'll help inside, I do this, I do that, I help out a customer, blah, blah, blah. So, I was there for 5 years, right? Wasn't the best job, but I got in because of connections, and the one good thing about them was they would be flexible with school. So, like, if I needed to come in from 12 to 3 to then go back to school, right? So, like, if I had school in the morning, then school in the middle of the day towards, like, night, they'll be like, yo, come in, do what you gotta do, work some hours, you can leave. It's fine, it's cool. And most jobs aren't gonna really, like, complain if they're paying you less, because it's like, instead of paying you from 8 to 8, we're paying you from 12 to 3. So, hey, come get the job done, right? So, that job sucked, right? Because what I'll usually do is just do deliveries on foot. So, when I say deliveries on foot, like, I mean walking 15 blocks this way, 15 blocks this way, going 4 blocks in, 4 blocks out, or sometimes, like, I'll walk, like, 25, 30 blocks to deliver one fucking package, right? And then there's times that people would buy, like, the most random shit that they could get on their own, but they're buying it 90 blocks this way to then have a guy walk there to give you, like, $1 tip, like, yeah, no, buddy, shut up, right? So, worked there for 5 years, met great people, met my girlfriend there. That's another story. Most likely, I'll do another video about that, right? Like, how lucky I was to hit that game winner. So, in my head, I finally graduated, and I'm like, yo, let me get out of here. I got my degree. I'm not going for my master's. Fuck that, right? So, I said, let me get out of here. And then, a job opportunity pulls up, and it's USPS, right? Being a mailman. And I'm like, oh, I could do that. In my head, I said I could do that. If you put me back into 2017 me, start me there, I could have been there for 5 years, like how I was at this job for 5 years. But what I didn't notice was I was getting older. So I'm like, do I really want to do a physical job like that consistently? And I said yes, because what I thought was every mailman has a route. So, one second, let me just move this mouse pad just in case. Default, refocusing. Because since I don't know how to use a Mac, not gonna lie to you guys, quick sidebar. the screen dimmed, and I'm like, what if it turns off and it's not recording, right? So, I'm thinking to myself, every mailman has a route. In this current job, we don't have a route. We just pick up, go, come back, pick up, go, come back, and it can be this way, this way, this way, that way. And I'm like, there's more structure, there's more pay, there's more hours, and there's benefits. There's great benefits if you know that. Let me tell you something. I don't make mistakes. That much. That was the greatest mistake I've ever made in my life. My life, my whole life. I took it. I left that job. I said goodbye. Started working at USPS, right? And maybe I should have been a little bit more patient when finding a job, because finding a job is not easy. It's not easy nowadays, right? Like, you have to apply to like 400 jobs to get one yes. So I wasn't being patient, so I picked up and I left to USPS. And you go through the training stuff. The training was okay, just they had you there at like 5 in the morning vibes, and they act like they're the military. So I'm going through this training, and I'm like, man, just get me started. I'm tired of this shit. So I get started. I'm placed in Astoria, right? Mind you, the story is about patience, so be patient with me, right? I'm placed in Astoria, right? And I'm there for a couple months. I'm learning. When I say being a mailman was one of the hardest things I've had to do, mind you, I'm now a data analyst. I'm on the computer, I'm doing all these things. Being a mailman was the hardest thing I've ever done, and let me tell you something before I keep going. You tip your mailman. You tip your mailman, mailwoman. Tip them. Because I promise you, they need it. Not because they don't make good money, because they do make good money. Trust me, those checks were good, but like $5 tip here to just keep the morale up. And when you do that, they don't forget you. They make sure that you get your shit on time and safe. And hey, they may even skip buildings to just get to you first. Trust me when I say this. Take care of the people who take care of you. That's something that my father always taught me. If you're going to give a tip, bare minimum $5. If you don't really have it like that, $5, right? Like, take care of the people who take care of you. So take care of your mailman, your barber. If you have the same doctor for years, right? Like, yes, they're rich, so hey, but still, like, give them a nice fruit basket. Who knows? Take care of the people who take care of you, right? So boom, back to it. I'm working as a mailman. I'm pushing the cart thing, right? Mind you, these carts aren't these like modern technology, like great carts. Like, they're like old basic shopping carts. Like, one wheel's fucked up, the bag's ripped, all this nonsense. I'm going through hell at USPS. I'm going through hell, mental and physical hell, because I would get up at 4 in the morning to get there, to then leave at like 8:30, right? But then to get back home is like basically 2 hours. So then to get home 10:30, go straight to sleep, redo it, right? Boom, boom, boom. And they don't tell you that you're going to be working 6 days a week for 2 years. 2 years is crazy. 2 years is crazy. So I'm going through hell there, and it's taking a toll on me mentally and physically, and in my relationship, right? Because I'm not seeing my girlfriend. I want to see my girlfriend. I want to hang out with my girlfriend. I miss my girlfriend. So I'm not seeing her. I'm not seeing my friends. I'm not playing games. I'm wake up, work, go home, sleep, boom, boom, pow, right? And the days that I did get to go out, bro, I was like, hold up, like a fucking zombie. And so I worked there for 3 months. The people there were great. I love them. They were great people. Sadly, I never got the chance to go and visit them. But great people, great people. Oh my goodness. If in my current job I could pick them up and put them in this job, oh my gosh, I would love it. Just doing the dimming thing again. So I'm going through hell, and I'll never forget this. I'm texting my boys, and I'm like, yo, I need to get out of here. I need to get a better job. I need to get my life back. And my boy B-Mart responds with a voice note laughing. And he's just like, yo, get your life back is crazy. Like, you sound like you're going through, like, they would send texts in the chat, like, yo, we gotta send prayers, good vibes to my boy Ernesto because he's going through it, blah, blah, blah. That's because of a job, right? So, boom, the time comes, right? I do want to go into detail about USPS, but maybe later on. So, I have my boy Fernando hit me up like, yo, my place is hiring. Give me a resume. And I'm like, Lord, thank you, Jesus. I'm like, yes, let's get out of here, man. So I take the job, right? But here's the thing. The reason why I took that job was because that was the first job that picked me up like this. Because, let's route back to USPS and how they did things, you're on foot the whole day. You don't get to stop for lunch and shit like that. So when these people would try to call me, I would be in the station putting my mail away. So I couldn't do any sort of phone call interviews. Then if I would get one later on, I'm outside doing work and stuff. So I couldn't really do it. So this was the first job that's picking me up like this. And I'm like, yes, let's go, let's do this. So here's where the patience should have kicked in again. So I wasn't patient when I left the first job to go to USPS, and I'm not patient to leave this job, right? I was desperate to get out of there, to just make more money too, because trust me, when you're making more money, that shit feels good. Like, you look at the check and be like, wow, right? It's beautiful, love it. So I'm getting out of there. I'm in the interview process. I should have saw the red flag where I'm talking to the boss, like one of the bosses, 2 feet away from me. They're yelling at the guy they're gonna fire so I can take his place. Me being that desperate, I said, I don't see it. Like a stupid ass, right? So, ignore the red flag. Then, the guy that I'm talking to is a total douchebag. Jesus. He goes and says, hey, look. There's nothing on this resume that can help me. Your resume is shit. Mind you, my resume, like how it's structured, how it's like, how it looks and stuff like that, perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. But what he was trying to say was like, I can't give you a position in my department because there's nothing that you have, and I'm gonna have to start you from scratch, and I don't want to do that. Which is fair, but you didn't have to say, your resume is complete shit, dude. Like, you got nothing on here. And I'm like, what do you mean nothing? Sorry. If I show you guys my resume and how it's structured, you're going to be like, that's a pretty good resume. But for that job, I get it. But you didn't have to be a douche about it. So then the other boss from another department comes in to interview me. Hear me when I say this. She reads it out loud. We're talking about each job, detail by detail. She reads it word for word. So, the position was for accounting. I have no accounting experience. But in my resume, it said, working on customer accounts, right? That's what it said. That doesn't mean that that's accounting. And mind you, she told me that I will be doing data entry. So, we keep going. Mind you, me not being patient, I'm just jumping into these things. So, I take the job. My trainer is pregnant. She's leaving in like a couple weeks. Like, oh no, wait a minute, yeah. She's leaving in like 2 weeks. And she said, hey, look, in these 2 weeks, you'll be fine. You're going to have a detailed notebook. I'm going to write it down word for word. And I'm like, all right, bet, cool. So we're training. We're doing things well, right? And things are going well, right? And what ends up happening is she's coming in late because she's pregnant. Like she's like a fucking basketball just chilling right here, right? No. Because the basketball's like this. A medicine ball just chilling right here. Big. She got huge. So she's coming in late. So my training is super limited. Then there's days that she doesn't even come. So super limited. And we fast forward to my last day there. I only worked there a week. So my day that I decided to quit was my week. I made a full week. I come in, and mind you, like, me and the coworkers are getting to know each other, cool people, blah, 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 cool people. So I come in, and I talk to the lady next to me. Because in my notes, the girl wrote, if you don't find this, ask her. Because she probably has it. So I go to find it, boom, 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 boom. And I'm like, hey, do you have this? She starts bugging out. She goes, you've been here a week! You've been here a week! Learn how to do this! Why you keep asking me questions? And I'm like, because that's how I was trained. And she goes, look at your notes. And I'm like, yeah, in my notes, it says if you can't find this, she most likely has it or knows where it's at. Right? So she goes, show me the notes. And I'm like, we're right here. But like I tell her, like, yo, like, we're right here. No need to yell. Mind you, she's listening to her gospel music, just bugging out on me. And I'm like, look, I'm a religious person too. It's early in the morning. Man upstairs may not like this hostility. So I take out the notebook and I'm like, right here. Oh, my girlfriend texted me. So I'm like, right here, right? If you can't find this, ask this person. That's my notes. The girl who's training me signed off on my notes. And then she goes, oh, well, try again. So I tried again. Mind you, my note said, if you don't find it, she probably has it or she knows where to find it. Because she probably put it somewhere. And I say, I don't have it. And she's going through her stuff. And she starts laughing. She takes it. And she's just like, oh, I had it. Here you go. And she gives that laugh of like, hey, like, I know I fucked up. That's how my last day started, right? So boom, let's keep going, right? Mind you, this is all because I didn't want to be patient, and I'm trying to teach you how to be patient. So then my boss comes in, right? So there's one lady here who knows how to do my, like, position, and the person next to her. But she can't do it all because clearly you're going to need some help. But she knows how to do both. So she comes in. She fucked something up badly. She paid some other company something, right? So now she needed to come to me to take it back, then to give it to the other company, right? Mind you, I have no experience in accounting. They told me data entry. So I said, hey, I have notes on this. Me being stupid. Quick tip. Don't volunteer yourself to do shit. Because then shit could go south. So I volunteer myself. And I'm like, hey, look, I have notes here, but we didn't finish it. So let me do the first part, and then you help me with the last part. We knock this out, right? Because I'm trying to be nice. I'm trying to do my job. My job is to get the weight off these people's shoulders, because that's what a assistant does, because I'm assisting her. So she says yes. She gets up, she runs to me. And I'm like, hey, look, sorry about that. hey, look, here are the notes. It cuts off right here, so just help me. And she's just like, yeah, here, put this in. And I'm trying to put it in, right? Their system hasn't been changed / updated since I think it was like 1992, right? So I'm going through it and I'm typing it in. The thing won't enter because the system's messed up. And she's getting upset at me. She's yelling at me, right? And she's just like, oh my God, this kid doesn't know how to do it. And I'm like, jaw dropped. I pick up the keyboard. I pick it up. I point it towards her because like you needed to put in like a key, right? So I'm just like VS $40 enter, and it doesn't enter. And she goes, oh, there's something wrong with the system. And I'm like, clearly. So then we keep doing it. Finally goes through. Cool, fine. She starts yelling at me while I'm in the middle of doing this. You're a liar. You're going to ruin this company. What is wrong with you? You're taking our money. You're taking our time. This kid's going to fuck us all up. Yelling. Like yelling. I, as a grown man, am trying to keep my composure. I'm trying my best. Right? And just for spoilers, I don't yell, but I raise my voice a bit. I kind of dig in there. But not like, what are you talking about? No, like, so she's yelling at me. She's violating me. And I didn't want to yell back because the boss, like the big boss, like the owner of the company is her sister. So clearly, like, she's going to be like, ah, dog, peace out, leave. And it's a private company, so, like, I can't really go to human resources because they don't have one. So she's yelling, she's bugging. And I'm doing it right. I fixed her problem, too. Like, I did it right. It was done. It was her fault. So she goes back to her seat. We fix the problem. She continues bugging. She said, young man, it's been a week. You should have learned all this by now. And I'm like, first of all, people go to school for years to learn this. You want me to learn this in a week? It's crazy. It's crazy. So she keeps bugging out. And mind you, my friend Fernando is in the other room like, yo, like, I don't get how he didn't just get up and leave because she's violating. I'm a very patient man, for most of the part. Actually, no, I'm lying. I'm not patient because I kept jumping from job to job. Back to the whole story here. She keeps going and she says, you lied to me. And that's when, like, I got tight. And I'm like, when did I lie to you? When did I lie to you? So I started getting a little bit louder. And she said, in the interview, you said you have accounting experience. And I'm like, accounting experience? I said when I worked at this place, I worked on customer accounts and helped them fix this, that. That's not accounting. And the lady next to me wants to, I don't want to curse, wants to meet Rod, right? And says, yes, young man, you're a liar because I was there and I heard you say it. And that's when I got tight. And I'm like, I said, you want to go get the resume right now? You sat there and read it word for word. Nothing changed. Let's go get the resume right now. No. You're a liar. And then the girl who's training me, who's her niece, right? So, like, it's a whole family thing. She puts her hand here, and she's just like, yo, just let it rock. And I'm like, fuck. I hate letting it rock. So, time goes on, and she's a bitch to me the whole day. I don't like to use that word, but trust me, a bitch to me the whole day. So what happens is, now she's like being snappy with me. So when I would say, hey, can I get the order? No. So the correct term was, hey, can I get the order number? Right? That's the only thing I asked for her. right? And she goes, young man, you have to say it correctly. Mind you, I haven't been saying it correctly since day one. They let it fly because they know. But now she wants to be a bitch about it. So, I'm just like, can I get the order number? Yes, that's correct. Blah, 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 blah. Right. So, the whole day is shit. And I'm talking to my boy because we go on lunch. And he said, yo, you're a stronger man than me because I would have quit right there. And I'm thinking to myself, fuck, I should quit. But I should be patient to find myself another job. Because this is my only source of income. Yes, I have saved up money, but still, like, you don't want to be jobless. So, the end of the day comes, right? Mind you, I worked there a week. Look how long this story was. Worked there a week, and the end of the day comes, and I say goodbye to the person next to me. I'm not going to say goodbye to her. She'd go fuck herself. So then she says goodbye to me. And she's just like, are you ready? No. Go home, get some rest, round 2 Monday. You know the people who know they fucked up, who just try to joke around to get things on good terms again? She did that. And I looked at her, and I said, yo, don't joke around with me. We're not friends. We're not cool. What you did today was super unprofessional. And I walked out. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm texting my girlfriend, I'm talking to like my mom and shit. And I'm just like, yo, I gotta quit. Because that was 1 week. Imagine next week. Imagine working there a month. So I quit the job, right? Boom. But I wasn't patient. I was not patient. See, there's multiple times of me just not being patient. First time, then I left to the bad job. That's the second time, and then now the third time. Because I go unemployed for months. Lord have mercy, that was the worst time. But here's where the lesson comes in, right? You gotta be patient, but you also have to know and talk to people. Because now, currently, I have a great job. I've been here for months now, and I'm loving it. I love these people. I love everybody at that job, right? Boom, go unemployed for months. Then, randomly, my dad calls me, says, yo, I got this friend at work. His daughter can get you a job. And I'm like, oh, thank the Lord. So we go through this process of talking. I get the job. And the job is for what I went to school for. I went full circle for going to school for business, right? Then jumping from job to job for not being patient. Then to finally get a job randomly out of nowhere after months of not being employed to a job that is fully down the same path that I went to school for. Now I'm an IT business data analyst, and when I tell you, like, you have to be patient, you have to be, yes. You can say, but if you weren't patient, you wouldn't have this job. But sometimes you have to look at short term, right? Like, what if I would have gotten another job that wasn't USPS that still led me to where I'm at now? Because my friend at that job, she was telling her dad, like, hey, like, let me know if you know anybody who graduated who's looking for a job in this role. Who knows, that would have still gotten back to me, but just now had a decent job to then jump to a good job. Sometimes you gotta be patient, and you have to know that networking and just knowing people and just asking people is key. Is key to keep moving up, because my dad knows how to make friends. He knows how to conversate and stuff like that. So then now he's helping me. Now when a big boy job opens up at my location, because right now it's like a part-time thing, well, like for people outside coming in, I can help people. I can now be that lifeline for them. So, networking, be patient. You heard this 30-minute story about how much bullshit that I had to go through to get to such a great job. Mind you, these people are the greatest people that I've worked with so far. Nicest, most helpful, most patient people, right? It's not like they were yelling at me one weekend. Hey, they've never even raised their voice because it's, hey, mistakes happen. We can fix it. Thank God I didn't make that many. But still, you have to be patient. And like, I have friends right now who are going through stuff, like, who are trying to pivot to like new jobs and stuff. Patience. Patience is the key, because I promise you, yes, it's discouraging. It's heartbreaking because like you want to make a pivot to like a new job, or you want a new job that pays more. Like, there's so many factors that play into you not being patient that may lead you in horrible, traumatizing positions like what I went through. Because guess what? The older ladies at my job, because of my last job that I worked there for 1 week, guess what? I wanted to stay away from that. Because I'm just like, yo, like, old people are rude, are mean. Now, the older ladies at my job, the sweetest people. From day one, I was just talking to my girlfriend about this, like, 2 days ago? What's today? Like 2 days ago. Is when I first got there, the older ladies came to me and said, nice to meet you. Hope you work hard. And if you need any help, yes, we may not do the same thing, but I will try to help you. So when I tell you, be patient, because you don't want to keep on just throwing yourself into these like bad situations. Sometimes you have to be patient and just suck it up for just a bit more until something good comes along. Take note from my horrible job history and use it. Be patient, because good things are coming. Your win will come, I promise. Just be patient. Learn from my stupidness, please. Hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you guys learned to not be as impatient as me. See you next time.